Minasan yokoso. Today we'll learn 2 ways of asking someone where they're from. Why 2 ways, you ask? Well, I want to spare you from being confused in the future, since you'll encounter 2 popular expressions used to ask someone where they're from. Now, both of these expressions are almost interchangeable, so a native Japanese speaker will understand what you're asking no matter which expression you use. However, I advise learning both. Okay, with that said, 始めよう. Let's begin. あなたの出身はどこですか? 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 Okay, it's break it down time, so we're going to take the sentence and break it apart word for word, starting with あなた you no. This is a particle which marks possession. 出身 hometown. は this is a topic marking particle and it marks the topic of a sentence by coming after it. Doko where. Desu. This is a copula which can mean is, am, or are. Ka. This is a question marker and all it does is it turns a statement into a question. Anata no shushin wa doko desu ka? Let's take a look at the meaning of this expression word for word, starting off with anata no, your. Remember that anata means you, but anata no means your. That no is added after anata to indicate possession. Shushin, hometown. Wa. Now this wa is a topic marking particle, which doesn't have an English equivalent, but just keep in mind that it's there to let us know what the topic of the sentence is, and in this case, the topic is shushin. That's why we place wa after it. Doko, where. Desu, is. Ka, question mark. Okay, now that we've analyzed this expression, we realize that we're literally saying your hometown where is. But as you may know by now, the Japanese word order is different than that of the English word order, so we have to move the words around to get the correct English equivalent. When we do that, we get the question, where are you from? To respond to, あなたの出身はどこですか? You're going to use the structure, 私の出身はです. This literally means, my hometown is. But what you're trying to say is, I'm from place. All you have to do is place your country's name inside the bracket. Alright, let's practice using this structure to respond. First we have America. America. 私の出身はアメリカです. Okay, that wasn't so hard. Let's try one more. Spain is Spain. 私の出身はスペインです. Alright, let's try a quick quiz. Using the structure you've just learned, respond to my question by saying you're from England, which is pronounced イギリス. Ready for the question? Okay. あなたの出身はどこですか? Hopefully you did okay. The correct answer is 私の出身はイギリスです. Now, you've just learned one way of asking someone where they're from. Let's learn another common expression used to ask this very question. あなたはどこから来ましたか? 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 Alright, now let's look at this expression word for word. あなた you は Once again, this is a topic marking particle which doesn't have an English equivalent, but it's there to let us know what the topic of the sentence is by coming after it. Doko where から from 来ました came. Now, 来ました is derived from the verb kuru, which means to come. But what you're seeing is the past tense must form of the verb. And finally we have ka. This is a question marker. When we look at the literal meaning, we're saying you, where from, came. Now, when we reverse the order to get the correct English equivalent, we get where are you from? Or more specifically, where did you come from? To respond to あなたはどこから来ましたか? You use the structure 私はから来ました literally means I from came. What you're trying to say is I'm from place, and all you have to do is place your country's name inside the bracket. Let's practice how to use this structure. Once again, America is America. So, in order to use this structure, all you have to do is place the country's name right before から来ました. So you would say, 私はアメリカから来ました. I'm from America. So that wasn't so bad. Let's try that with Spain now. Spain. 私はスペインから来ました. Let's go over some notes. Shusshin usually refers to the place where one was born, one's native place. In other words, one's hometown. 2. Go is sometimes added before shusshin to make the word more polite. So you may hear, あなたのご出身はどこですか? In the Japanese language, the subject of a sentence can be omitted when it's clear who the subject is. So oftentimes the I and you of a sentence is dropped. For example, 私の出身は日本です. Now when we drop that part of the sentence, we get 出身は日本です. And the listener will understand that you're saying, I'm from Japan. Both are perfectly fine. The only difference is the first one is more formal, while the second one is a little bit more informal, but it's also commonly heard. Now let's recap everything you've learned up to now. The first expression you learned was あなたの出身はどこですか? This means where are you from? The second expression you learned was あなたはどこから来ましたか? This also means where are you from? But so that you can understand the difference between these two expressions, the first one has a sense of where is your hometown, whereas the second one has a sense of where did you come from? Both mean where are you from, and they're pretty much interchangeable. It's a good idea to remember both expressions because you're going to hear them said at one point or another. Answer the following questions using the corresponding form. ミキさんの出身はどこですか? ジェームスさんはどこから来ましたか? 皆さんまたね。